Live.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Through Sports TV.
Which
I
is
know
right.
we haven't been here for a little while, but it's good to have us back, and football is in swing, so we will discuss some of these hot topics tonight, mainly Copa America and the Euros. Tonight we have Sports with Greg, right? And we have Unruly Manu.
Not a jersey for sure, like Greg.
All right, so yeah, pity the Brazil fans, pity the Brazilians. Walmart at once is third man have Brazil t-shirts and
Well, you can see from what we have here, Sports Rig.
yeah, man.
Big Argentina fan. Coach, who you carrying?
You gotta ask that blacks. I want team alone, me know. We don't even know Jamaica team.
Easy question, eh? Easy question.
Easy question.
Blacks, before we start the show, I came to a conclusion today. The worst sport fan you can have is someone who supports Man U and Brazil. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. Just think about it. We can't do
You're half right. The Man U part. you're half right.
Hey, I don't even want to go to the Arsenal and the Argentina.
No, we're humble because we win things now and then, so we're humble. But Man U fans, I mean, Brazilian fans thought football was made in Brazil, and if Brazil not in it, it's not supposed to be watched. And not just fool on yourself, like we not realize the good old days gone from deep up in boots.
All right, okay, Greg. You will have your time to argue with the Brazilian name. But I think what I think we probably can do is just, because we haven't been on for a little while. So just overall, before we get to the actual games, just your overall assessment of the Copa so far. And we can do the assessment of both competition going on. So no. Greg, let's give an overall assessment of Copa so far. Coach, you could probably give us the overall assessment of the Euros after that.
All right, Copa so far, when it just started, the first few games, never that appealing, especially with Brazil walking over their first two opponents. I think it was Peru and Ecuador they played their first two games. I think it was Peru and Ecuador, It was easy games for them. Argentina looked dull in their first two games. And then to top that off, Euro was already in full swing and the Euro games are looking exciting, So kind of they put a damper on the Copa games. But like the last two group games for every team, when teams are starting to fight for the spot in Copa, you start to see the true South American football coming out of these teams. Nobody don't have no fear or no extra respect for any team because of their name. I mean, we saw Argentina had to, even the game we beat Ecuador 3-0. We had to fight till the last minute. Actually, I think it was in the last 10 minutes to score the other two goals. And Brazil, just the same, had a lot of 1-0 victories. I mean, could have been larger scoreline some of those games, but they had to put out a valiant effort to get those victories. And I can say that the way it started out and the way it's ended, it's been a big turnaround, and I'm impressed with how the Copa has gone.
Okay, all right. Fair
point.
Well, how you think the Euros on a whole, as a competition this year, and all different things go on. Them did it across multiple countries this year instead of one country.
I kind of did like that. Because the fans never get to see football in our 2 years. About 2 years, right?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah. So I like that them kind of spread it all over Europe. For them get every team a fair share, but everything I finish at Wembley, I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But the Euros, well, it not surprise me. It not surprise me. Everybody, every tournament, every competition finish in a top form. So we expect that from the Euros, to be honest. You see me? Because what English League, yeah, City run away with it, but competition it's still rough in there. Cause what third and fourth, all of them team that did a fight. Same way. Spanish League go down to the what? The line.
Yeah.
Barca never denied Real Madrid and Atletico.
Athlete.
And then the same way with all our league them.
Barca wasn't it like the
Well, they were in it until the third, the second to last game. They were there.
Until the last game, you know, when them draw, I think them draw the last game, and then even France, what we call Bush League,
Went down to the last day.
went down to the last day, and Mbappe them get them face kick off. As he poor matter of fact, I gotta start right there. So start at France. Poor tournament from levels. I've probably one of the that's a worst tournament out of everybody so far. Because the expectation. Yeah, Mbappe. Yeah, because the expectation we never really that expect that from him. You see. But Benzema, yeah. Benzema show up. Supporting cast in a France team, yeah. Some of them show up. Probably that's it. Not for the defender, they never really show up at a tournament. Yeah, cause for Hungry and them team there, I run at them not show up. But overall tournament, Denmark surprised me. Well, at the ball gods, I tell them my ball face say ball gods that I work with them. Just my honest opinion from the whole Ericsson situation. It's just that the tournament just working at them favors. You see me? But Italy, strong team from the tournament start. Well, Italy never win a 3-love game in our almost a year, right? And from the tournament, 3-love, 3-1, all of that. So Italy deserve for there with them there.
You did make a point, and from the earlier part of the Euros, two themes kind of come out of it. One is what happened to Ericsson, and the fact that everybody kind of just rally around Denmark, and most fans out there, if they weren't playing your team, you were cheering for them, you know.
Yeah.
Right through.
Right through. Because even all right, just look for every team with them face after that. Everybody put up a number 10 sign Ericsson jersey. So you can see that the piece that already there before the whistle actually kick off, so everybody can say, yeah, wartime. You see me? That calmness about the game that always there about Ericsson, no matter which team Denmark face. You see me? Everybody always are going with a look a slight idea. Say, you know what? I might know I'm going to tackle a certain way. You see me? Them just everybody cautious through the whole tournament I play Denmark. Man, I tell you, I just want to say.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you know, and that's expected, and because there's a human factor to sports, and you know, literally, the man was dead. He was dead before them bring him back to life. You know, so you have to expect some of that. Sentimentally, you know.
As football fans, I mean, we see it already with the camera forward. You know, him just dropped down on the field, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, so. Last night, me actually the watch highlights. I never remember saying him did the City. You know. So
really?
I don't remember that either.
Watch highlights. City and Man U when Sean Gota the City.
Okay.
When Peter Schmeichel did leave and go City. When I think City slowed down Man U that year because Man U did a chase with. If I'm not mistaken, they win it that year. And it was Schmeichel, and Schmeichel had an awesome performance. And Gota score, I think, 1 or 2 goals for that game. But in the celebration, I see the big FOE. I say, huh? I don't say a brother did the City. But yeah, I see him just like that him dying in our game same way, you know. So because fans when they watch from whether late 90s or early 2000s and remember that, you know, as soon as we see it happen to Ericsson, like that clicking away, or Jamaican football fans who remember the the schoolboy few years ago. See him, you see.
Oh yeah, the schoolboy at Jamaica, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that kind of galvanized them team somewhat. I mean, I'm not surprised them to leave the group and even win a next game, but how far they made it, yes, that was a surprise. Denmark have some very good players, you know.
no, no, yo,
Denmark
it's surprising, Greg.
surprised me when they
All
beat
right.
some.
All
Since
right,
you
show me
seem to
all
want to talk
Denmark.
about Denmark, then let's just go straight to the semi-final then and talk about the game. And guys, since
Yeah, we can
I
do
seem
that.
like
Man.
but when no, we're not there as it. Let's not go into. I would say we wanted to do an overview of the
Yeah,
competition so far, just to see, let's say what do we take from it overall, and I think we're all on the same page. And I would say, the Euros were of very high quality.
brilliant. Yeah, man. High
Very high quality.
quality ball,
And maybe,
yo.
and maybe what Kush
Yeah,
pointed out about the different leagues being so competitive contributed to that way because most of the players are from
yeah.
those leagues anyway. So I
Even,
think that probably just continue on where you have some high quality football that's being played
just like even
overall.
when Greg said with the COPA, enough of the players them leading to the COPA too. That's why the COPA gets up. You see me leading to the semi-final, quarter-final. Everybody I say, you know what? Can't just get up, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't just get up, so.
have something I play.
Yeah, everybody have something to play for. Everybody have something to prove.
The
All
number,
right.
like how the number 10 have something I play for. You know?
So let's go into that then. Let's go into that. So the
Yeah,
Copa.
Copa first, because since Euros is the main course, let's do the Copa first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Copa we're able to. We're now to the final. So you want to look at the two semi-finals.
Let's backtrack to the quarterfinal look at it first.
You want to go all the way back to the quarterfinal.
When
Which game are you concerned about from the quarterfinal?
Colombia, Uruguay, because I am
Okay.
slightly disappointed in Uruguay. I thought Uruguay has on paper,
True.
not
True.
just on paper, especially with those two world-class strikers. I was expecting them to finish off Colombia in regular time. Because
Greg, not only two world-class striker, two good defensive
yeah,
center back.
and Jimenez
Yeah, Godin.
Godin still.
Yeah, Godin still there. I'm a captain of the team.
Oh, I think Godin did retire. Okay, so they have two of the best centre backs in South America.
Yeah, for sure.
Brazilian centre backs.
And them still got them up, and them still have the number one goalie. There's no way you guys should have fall short in this. You understand me?
Freddie Valverde from Real, who is a regular in Real.
Justino, Benton Core,
and
Valverde. Yo, there's no way. Yo, the man them have quality all around the board, dog.
And, I mean, the Peru Paraguay that could have swung either way because two teams were, like I said before, play exciting.
Yo, Greg, what if me tell you say the Peru game, then I watch that game? I one of the hottest game, man.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yo, Blacks, the Peru game. When I tell Peru, sweating to them go with it. The Peru guy said, no, we have this.
Yo, that's the one at N33.
Yeah, I end up got penalty shootout.
That's the one thing that I've seen. We seem to have a lot more penalty shootout this year.
Yes. Just to show you how tough the competition is. Yeah. Right back to what we are saying.
Well, is it only that it's tough or some of it is just because because like a couple of games, I mean, say, what that went into penalty shootout, it seemed as if both sides were playing for penalty.
Coaches,
like say, they were so afraid to do it.
Yeah.
No
coach no one go for that win there because they must say, if I go for the win, it I go leave with sharp.
No.
So them no want to feel exposed. May I tell you?
Me I go the other way from it, honestly. I think it was teams just not giving up. Because Messi teams down 2-4 with 10 minutes leave.
True. In our Euros. In
our Euros that. But yeah, we see a whole part teams not giving up. This summer so far, deciding that it's not over until the whistle blows.
But Greg, the reason why I'm saying this, apart from the Italy game and the Euros, which other game that went into overtime that they actually got a winner out of it. Almost all the games when they reach the overtime,
went to penalties.
they end up go to penalty. Yes, that's where me I talk about. Yeah, in regular time, you can see that they were going for it and trying. But after the games reach overtime, I see a lot of them just kind of just drift into penalties, almost like no one didn't want to make a mistake, you know.
England,
Because look for even the Sweden, not Sweden, Switzerland and Spain game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Spain thinks them have that one they wrap up. Because them have mostly the possession, but
as I said, Messi.
All right,
yo,
so Greg, so yeah, you were saying again about the Uruguay, Colombia.
Yeah. We didn't expect Uruguay to win that game, and I think a lot of Argentines were planning on Uruguay.
Yeah.
To me, I was expecting if we did face Uruguay, I was thinking Uruguay would have been a tougher opponent than Colombia.
fucks.
Colombia just find extra gear them, you know. I mean, it was more a spirited performance than because Colombia don't have that many stars. To be honest,
Where's Ahmed?
I'm not sure why James didn't go.
I think they dropped him. I was reading that they said he was dropped.
Yeah, and I didn't read it. I saw the headline was saying why James didn't go to Copa, but I didn't read it. I mean, that and Dybala still puzzles me, but Dybala not going seems to be working out, so I'm not going to question that. But I can't figure out why James didn't go. But yeah, Cuadrado and Zapata and the youth from Porto.
Because I think Colombia missed that quality in the midfield from Ames. They missed that.
Another attacker, somebody who can open up a defense.
But
Ames didn't have a bad season in Premier League, you know. Injuries kind of mess him up, you know.
That's true.
A bad season.
That's true. The one thing that I remember about that game, more than anything, well, there's a few other things, because I know say the Arsenal fan, them right now, they're crying at them closet sometimes when they think about that great goalkeeper that them allowed to go to Aston Villa and
For free.
keep the German number 5. They sold Argentina number 1 goalkeeper and keep German number 5 goalkeeper. And one is just taking off like a rocket and the other one is sinking like the Titanic. But that's a different argument still.
Which is right.
That's a different argument. You can cry, Greg. All you cry you want. That's just a fact. The quality of the field in a Copa. And when I looked at the field what they played on Colombia versus Argentina, I think that affected Argentina player from my perspective, because Colombia were out there for a fight. They know that they didn't have the quality of Argentina. So they were out there to fight for every single thing. And you know, so when they have this type of field, it just seemed to me like it favor those teams more than a technical team, a more skillful team.
That's how Colombia play the big teams. Brazil and Argentina, they just fight.
No, well, which is how you have to play them, because you know you can't out technical them or outperform them otherwise than that. I'm not saying the field, I think, played into the hands of Colombia's game, because it was just a scrappy game from them right from the beginning to the end. And
Yeah,
it's good.
that's
They're
the
good
type
fight.
of game Colombia want to play.
Yeah, so it was perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
It was perfect. From the perspective, again, the same thing. In Copa, they go straight to penalty. They don't do any extra time.
Yeah.
Only in the final. Greg, your mic is mute. Only in the final they do that. But how good does Argentina feel to know so them have such a confident keeper right now in their goal? And Martinez seemed to be buzzing with confidence. You know, he went into that penalty shootout as if it was like something in the backyard with some friends where I know everything about them, you know?
True.
You know, so funny enough, plus, few seasons ago, he was in a League Cup, Arsenal, and he was in a penalty shootout just to see him. And this is before him finally get the run when Leno got injured. Before Leno got there, I think. And I see him with him save like about 3 penalties. So he's known for that. You know, him good at that. And him was like 6'5", 6'6". Is a big boy on the goal. And I guess with the fact that fans weren't there and he able to talk to the attackers them and them
Show
actually,
something, yeah.
you know, he play upon their mind, especially the defenders, because both defenders miss. Sanchez and Yeremina. Both of them. I think he play upon their mind. You know, probably fans were there and them not here. Why am I say that much? But the fact that he was able to talk to them and, you know, a bit of gamesmanship, it worked out. But yeah, he's known for that. He's good at penalties. Or
Well,
save,
he,
I should say.
well, he's a great shot stopper overall. So from that perspective, you know, and he seemed to have done his homework on a lot of these penalty takers. So he was ready for it, and which is a great thing, you know.
Yeah, you know, when we see him performing at the penalty shootout and we say, all right, Colombia went to penalty shootout like probably what, 3 nights before that. Something crossed my mind. The last thing we read something with Toldo when which World Cup was it? Or was it a you with Toldo? This a before the Italy and he must have like 3 Dutch penalties. And he said the night before the game against Holland, he said that's all he said was I watch tapes. And the Holland played them and how they kick them penalty and like if it's early in the game with less pressure on them, how they kick compared to a late game or shootout and Martin
Okay.
like that kind of goalkeeper who sit down and study because a whole heap of goalkeeper these days don't seem like
Well,
them study.
if you're in the Copa, if you play Copa, I think you would be a goalkeeper who can sit down and study penalty. Because it's not say a 80% chance, but hey, no extra time.
Yeah, no extra time. So yeah, it would be a smart thing to do. You know? So if a goalkeeper didn't do it, I think it would be on them. You know, they would have been they would have prepared themselves as best as they can because the possibility of penalty in Copa, and you're right. I just remember that. So maybe that's the reason why we have seen more also penalty shootout because Copa wasn't going with any extra time. And we were just going straight to penalty. But Greg, we still want to answer the question now from an Arsenal fan perspective, knowing that this keeper is no longer in an Arsenal goal. What is it? What's going through your mind at a time like this?
All right, before we get to that, another thing that stands out about him too is most goalkeepers these days pick a spot and dive. Couple of his penalties, I mean, wait until the kicker kick you.
But I think one is big enough because he's 6'5" or over. Two, he has very quick reflex. You know, and the fact that he also did his homework. So I think those 3 things kind of come together. One, he have an idea what the person wanted to do. He knows that he is big and he has good reflex, so he can actually wait until the person who's kicking the penalty make a decision, or he thinks they have made a decision, and he can then react to it. You know, and I think that benefit him in that respect.
Only one penalty him dive before, and the one where they kick straight down the middle, where they rocket it. Because even quite out the penalty, he go the right way, but just couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
You know, but every penalty in the right direction.
Greg, the one don't give me the man look for Martinez and tell him, say, I bet you all save this. The man think it straight off of Martinez head blocks. Yo.
Met nice and said, bullet rocket. No word to say.
When the man go up there and strike, you know, man, I said, I better you're evil.
But yeah, blacks, answer, you know. So them I talk with an Arsenal fan, myself, or did have to sell one. Anyways, I said, no, not necessarily. I see team with 2 great goalkeepers. Just first off, just tell him because I think he had at least a year or probably 2 left on his contract. So he necessarily saying go force a move. For him, it wasn't about the money. This was why he wanted to be a starting goalkeeper. Because he knew him better than the other Argentina goalkeepers. But being on the bench is not like Romero over Manu who was on the bench and still being Argentina starting. He knew he had to be starting in a club and be showcasing his talent.
Which is right. Yeah, with that, yeah,
Yeah.
have
So
to.
what Arteta should have done was when he come to him in a preseason and say, look, want the starting job or me and leave. Tell him, say, all right, fair enough. But since Leno was already our number one, go into training camp and prove it to us. You know? Don't just because him give you a tell us him give you an ultimatum. You say, all right then fine, we go sell you. You know, that was poor man management and the coaches.
He's Spaniard, bro.
Think we should have let him fight for that spot. Can we see we end up having to go get Ryan and one keep and a runner so who we end up a sell back now who in a what like 6 games 11 goals scored you know. So it was a horrible mistake. Horrible mistake. Right now that make Villa feel like I said I'm a big club for it. I'm say Villa bully we and now so they want to metro. But that's a different story for a different day. Back to
Yeah,
Copa.
let's keep us honest then.
Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of your team, because you're Argentine, right? True and true.
Born in Buenos Aires.
Don't know how you support teams like that, but go ahead. How do you feel moving on into this final? How do you feel about this final? No, it's been a while. Messi hasn't won an international tournament as yet. It's been a while since Argentina has won any. When was the last time you won an international tournament? 93?
93 Copa America without the
Yeah, 93. So that's a long time.
Diego. There was a Diego there, Diego Simeone.
But so what's your level of confidence with this Argentine team going through to
10. My
10?
level of confidence is
10
10.
out of how much? Out of 100?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Okay, let's check it.
10 bars.
Just check it. Just check it. All right.
All right. About 3 games into the tournament, I looked for Messi's demeanor and I was like, I love it. You know, normally because I'm not the biggest Messi fan. As Argentine players, he may not in the top 10, but he's probably not in the top 5. I'm gonna be honest. You know, because he never normally bring us any success or sometimes in tournaments, he just look like he just go through the pace. You know? But this tournament,
But play like one play for Spain. Just say it.
Barcelona. But yeah, you're kind of right. But this
Same
tournament, I don't know if it's because these younger players that are in the squad now, and not all of them are younger, some of them up there. Because Papu Gomez is right now, 32 or 33, and don't even play 15 games to Argentina yet, and been a top attacking midfielder in Italian league for like 5 years straight.
Greg, so the question, because I remember you earlier on you talked about Dybala not being there. And we know that over the years, Argentina have always had the talent. Talent has never been an issue overall for the team. But clearly there was something lacking from a team perspective. You know, I heard somebody talk today where there was a conversation, they were saying, you know, Messi finally has help. You know, his teammates finally showed up for him. Because there have been things in the past where it was there. It's just his teammates who let him down. You know, he did almost everything he could, and teammates let him down.
More talented team.
We have something for say.
Coach, before you go any further, they were more talented teams. But you see, just like the Portugal team that won Euros 5 years ago was less talented than this Portugal team.
Yeah.
But that Portugal team, the players showed up more like they had more fight and they didn't just sit down and wait and see her to do
So
it.
they did it as a team.
That's the thing with this Argentina team. These players are carrying their weight. You know, the stars that were around Messi, sometimes you feel like they just and say, all right, make your boss do it. You know, they
finally allow their teammate them to help him.
But
no, sir.
Yeah, man.
The first game we played.
Him finally allow them
Coach,
to help him.
Coach, listen to me. I think it is the players. Listen, the first game Aguero played, I think it was the second match. Because I think Papu played the first. Laturo played the first game and then Aguero played the second game. You see Messi pass a ball to Aguero right at the corner. So acute angle. Blacks, you better per match.
It's all right. No, it's all right.
Right at the corner of the 18 there. So.
Yeah.
Aguero at City is gonna take that ball and drive towards. Aguero take one touch control and the next touch was trying to force the ball back to Messi. No. Watch him give that same ball to Rodrigo De Paul, Laturo Martinez, or Alejandro Gomez and see the difference. They might try beat for them play. Unless the pass back to Messi is easier, they might try do for them part of the job. And we see why Mutin not log off himself.
Well,
we see sorry for cut you again, Blacks, but we see that a lot through the tournament. The players them take it upon themselves to do for them part of the job. I mean, Lo Celso last night before him get sub and all the games we see him as a matter of fact. You know, whenever I pick up the ball, he might look for do something with it. And he's not just looking to pass it to Messi. He might look for the run of Dominguez, he might look for the run of Laturo, he might look for the run of Depa. Stuff like that. The other players them that used to be around Messi, them never used to do that. Them never pull them one way. And they were actually Messi's sprint for 120 days.
Well, we're about to add another panelist.
Oh God, the Messi hater.
Well, they say he's a Messi hater. Imagine that. Who is that person? There's no such person in the world.
Is he from? Is he from
where?
Is he from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Just waiting for him to forward.
Yeah, can't be the only Messi hater for you.
So overall, again, yeah. So Greg, you say you disagree. Overall, that seemed to be the overall thing.
And I think Messi is more motivated now. Something else where Messi last week decided to take the first penalty. You know, and we see few tournaments where we lose, and him take the last penalty.
And he didn't get there.
You do want to know why?
The last one, you know, so
the pressure to big for the last penalty, brother. The dog will kick you for one.
You don't think the pressure is big for the first penalty? You have to get your team on the board, you know. You have to get your team going. Push that chat, man.
Yeah. That's why him go put in team on the board.
Yeah. So that's why he's showing more determination, more effort, you know. Because I guess probably because time is running out. And even though he act like he block it out when people are saying he doesn't want anything for Argentina, trust me, I think it plays on his mind and he really wants to win something.
Well, it have to. And I think when I think that probably, yeah, well, again, that's my perspective anyway. What make it even more urgent was after CR7 go win the Euros in 2016.
Which is right. Check over stripe all day.
And so I do think the fact that CR7, because they were both in the same boat for a while, where neither of them won anything internationally, and they were amazing for their clubs. But then CR7 went and got the Euros in 2016. So I think now his urgency actually does step up a little bit more, and you can see it in him overall. But he's leading the COPA in both goals and in assists. You know, he's like, huh?
Bolster? I thought it was only a...
Yeah, man, he has 5 goals and 4 assists, I think, or something like that. Or 4 and 4. 1 and 2. But I think he leads in both of them.
4 goals and 5 assists, probably.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, he does seem motivated. But from what I saw, and my perspective is that his teammates are actually carrying their own load this time, you know? And I think that's helping Argentina to be where they are at the moment. To the Brazil side of it, that game, Kush. That game with Peru. Tell us about it.
That game with Peru. All right. Yeah. Well, Peru kind of know Brazil side. Can't say that. Peru know Brazil side and know exactly how Brazil want to play this game. It's just that Brazil thing is, in the first half, Brazil are trying to like pass around this ball, yeah. And really Brazil game that blocks. Brazil game is, yo, get the ball to Neymar and get a goal. We don't need fair pass on this ball. We don't say, yo, we are not a Messi creator, we are not Messi fan because me here up bring up on this panel I thought, boy, you can't wait for Messi time or run out and can't wait for Messi win something. Messi still now win nothing, brother. You have to go face a goal and green team where have a better number 10. But back to what the Peru team now. Yo, Blacks, Peru is a what I say now? Is a look of dark shadow team. Them will pop up in a game like them will not play nothing for all of us 20, 30 minutes. And then all of 15 minutes, them just start all out press, all out attack. And at that them use from Brazil the other night and almost catch you, but hold on. We'd have to pull out that one look. But I never really like the performance from Brazil overall, I tell you honest truth. Because we never really create that much chance. But we should kill off a game from another first half with the chance we will create. That's all I can say about Brazil. But for the Argentina match, you know.
How good is Paqueta for y'all? He scored the last two games, right?
Well, he might play. How him subbing for the last game? Firmino, right?
Yes, I think so.
Firmino him subbing for. And Brazil now really use a out and out number 10. Them actually I use a 9. Because more while Neymar dropping at the midfield, then you have Richarlison go forward. Then you have Jesus more while go forward. So them not really I use a out and out number 10, but the 3 midfielder what them I use with Fred, Fernandinho and Paqueta actually I work out good than using Firmino as the number 10. You understand what I say? Casemiro, I say. Same I use Casemiro, Fred, and Firmino. Now Firmino I using at the midfield too.
Yeah, Firmino.
Yes, Firmino was playing at 10.
Because I use Jesus, Neymar, and Richarlison. I play at the top.
Neymar was actually playing like a 9.
Yeah, that try to show you say it never really that work out because Neymar more want drop deep for the ball just like Firmino. You understand me? I try to show you so that click they never that work. Neymar never want to stay wide. Neymar never want to stay up top.
Paqueta is a 10.
Huh?
Paqueta is a 10 as well.
But him is actually a better tackle than Firmino though. So him tackle better in the midfield.
Yeah, because he's a midfield.
Yeah, so him all right. For example, you saw Italy have that 3 midfielder where I work with Verratti, I think Berardi and how was them having there?
Berardi, I mean they look at the short one where Juventus I can't remember. But him Jorginho and Berardi.
Yeah. You see, just like how Italy used a midfield 3 there and just a control the game more while I saw Brazil have Paqueta play. But the thing is, Paqueta make some run from out of the midfield where actually I help Brazil. I saw him scoring the last 2 games, you know. Because I see him run from out of the midfield when him run straight into the box and it end up for score. But we can't hide away the brilliant play from out of Neymar. Because our 3 defender and beat and make it pass. Yeah, Greg, you can't hate all they want. I best number 10 in a COPA right now. When I care how much assist under the attack about goal and all that.
So coach, Greg same day at 10 with team. What's your confidence going into this final?
Brother, number no stop at 10. Because today I laugh, he must say 10 out of 10. He's right. 10 out of 10.
What's your confidence level, sir?
Greg, Neymar no hurt. Hold on, man. Neymar no hurt. We finally gonna get back Jesus, you know, because the suspension up.
Who's that?
No, man, Jesus, no, he's gonna be suspended.
Him still suspended?
Yeah, man, he's gonna be suspended. He's not gonna be able to play.
Straight red?
Oh, well, yeah, it was a straight red. No?
Yeah, man, he's not gonna be there.
Alright, we're not gonna have back Jesus, right? So we still are gonna kinda have backing time. Yo, the game are gonna be nice, but Argentina can't win a game here with not even a slightly
Well,
chance, black.
them say Brazil has never lost a Copa. I think they have 6 Copa that has played in
And
Brazil, and
we're
Brazil have
the
won all of them.
we are the host, you know.
Yeah, they have won all the Copas that have been held in Brazil so far.
Yeah, which is
Greg,
right.
you think Argentina can turn it around?
No,
Do you confidence that the team is playing that well to turn it around?
football was made in Brazil.
10.
10.
10
Is it 10?
10 out of 10.
Well,
Hey, the
Listen,
game gonna be so funny in a way where in that game, I feel like the Argentina coach are gonna start Di Maria. We all know that. We see that a forward. For the game with Di Maria forward and the other night come put in that shift there. We see
well,
that happen.
it's not the first game he play like that, and he's still starting, which puzzles me, you know. But up there's not my problem. My problem is him have a tendency for sometimes, especially when he think he's tougher opponents, play Acuna at left back instead of Tagliafico. Now Acuna can put in a shift, but he's a bloody midfielder. I mean, if you ask me, I don't even know why in 19 for.
But
Because
hey,
when
brother,
we
you don't need another left back. Tell the Africa play good round there, brother.
continue play Acuna around there, the next thing that will bother me is if he play Otamendi at center back.
Blacks, look for that face when they say Otamendi.
Yeah,
Hey, Neymar guarantee a penalty, brother.
Greg, you really put Otamendi if you go play against Neymar.
we might end up with 10 and continue to play Otamendi. I don't know why.
Blacks.
From here. Romero is way better than him. You know, but he continue to play Otamendi. We have a next one on the bench where he come from Fiorentina. Can't remember my name.
Better only keep row, brother.
But he continue to play Otamendi is slow like me. He can't tackle. He can read the game well. All he can do is he's not bad passing the ball out. That's the only thing Mr. Otamendi can do.
Yeah, because I'm in a pep system.
Well, in general, them normally say them say some players have a mistake in them.
Otamendi have
Otamendi have a lot. Not just a mistake, he have a lot.
You have a mistake every minute. But
yeah, man, he have a lot of mistake in him. But all right, so let's wrap up the Copa. And so Copa is Saturday. Big final,
Yeah.
7 o'clock Saturday?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Eastern time Saturday, right?
Valentine Day. I mean, it's
When
gone.
Copa people come like they don't even respect, man.
They don't respect the Saturday ball game.
Yeah, like on a big tournament too.
But well, the good thing about Copa overall this year is that people got what they wanted. You know, everyone wanted to see Argentina versus Brazil in the final. You know, it's a dream final for any Copa America.
Quick question. Why was it moved from Argentina to Brazil?
It's Corona. It's all Corona related. It shouldn't have gone to Brazil because they are in a worse situation.
Exactly.
But most of it was related to coronavirus. And different logistics thing relating to it.
Yo, that brother here, dog. I hope they draw a penalty. Yo, brother, France not gone home, dog.
Yeah. But overall, from the person who said we did get the final we want to see. It should be a good one. Neymar versus Messi. You know, playing for something.
For their country.
Huh?
Two players who haven't won anything for their country yet.
Neymar did win both of them win they got to say them win Olympics.
What else a Brazilian fans can't
but all right, but you can't really say Neymar didn't win anything. He was injured in the last one and they won it.
You gotta say Christy never win no Euro.
No, Neymar did play the tournament.
Yes,
yeah,
he got injured in the tournament.
Really?
He got injured.
Remember that Colombia injured in the last tournament.
No, sir.
They must break him back.
No, sir. Colombia in the World Cup when Germany did the same.
Ingo.
Yeah, man, he was there, man.
No, he wasn't part of it. No.
Really?
A packet of them did the team. You know, go. I know we know.
Bro.
Really?
It was in Brazil. Him get hurt before the tournament start.
Exactly. So
It was in Brazil. Him get hurt before the tournament start. Hold on, I'm talking, man. I'm
Okay.
talking. Then Carlin William. William was his replacement.
You're right,
William
coach.
get the call. William with them on vacation.
You're right. You're right.
William get the call. William forward him. Cause him get hurt. Him get hurt in a one friendly for the tournament.
Yep.
You're right.
Carlin William, I think, as a Everton score in the last game. Everton kill off the tournament.
And everybody will get a move to Europe. Everton really.
So this is gonna be the tournament where either of them, one of them finally go break them door.
Yeah, man. Yo, right now, Neymar show about this one.
That's what sure.
It is in Brazil, and then did bring them on a farm to play, because those fields look like some farm, like farmland. So who knows? It may be the case. So Copa America Saturday. Rolling from out of Copa, we'll move on to
Brazil one.
Prediction. What's your prediction?
Argentina 2, Brazil 1 penalty.
Coach, what's your prediction for that game, man?
Brazil 3, Argentina 0.
I think me go support Wesley on one there. I hope it's drawn penalty. Always got drawn penalty. I'm saying hope it's drawn penalty. Actually, I actually see this game in penalty shootout though. I actually see go to penalty shootout, and if it does, I have a little bit more confidence in Martinez than Edison, who very likely will be in the.
I wonder why. I wonder why you have confidence in Edison. You know, confidence in Edison. Because him take your legendary goalkeeper spot.
No, not really. But Edison is not a great shot stopper. And he's a great goalkeeper, and especially a modern day goalkeeper. He's excellent. You know, when he can distribute.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
No, but from that perspective, and if Alisson was in there, I wouldn't be confident in him either in penalties.
Even worse.
I wouldn't be either. So no. So from that perspective, so I think the best chance Brazil have is to actually try to win this in regulation time, and I actually think they will. Unfortunately, I don't think number 10 Pan Greg Chess is gonna do anything. I hope that's a Maradona number 10 and not a Messi number 10, because Messi won't be getting anything at all this tournament.
It's a Greg in there.
You said Greg? Well, I know theme jersey, so I hope it's a Maradona number 10 jersey.
It's an M, but it's not Maradona.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the Euros. Again, we already did an assessment overall, how they look, how the tournament was going. We did say that it was a high quality tournament. Some excellent goal score, some good team performance, but we brought it down to the final four. The first semi-final.
Who's funny?
Was fun, right? Italy did it again.
Italy.
The team that some people are calling dark horses for the tournament. Others were saying that they shouldn't be a dark horse. But overall, probably the most consistent team in the tournament so far. So,
Italy.
Huh?
Italy?
Yeah.
Be a dark horse. Listen, once Italy in the tournament, they didn't even surprise me.
But I'm saying,
I didn't pick Italy as a winner.
But Greg, no, I'm just saying this from perspective. No, it was a few persons were saying that they were dark horse. They were dark horse for the tournament.
Because they
some people said they weren't.
They
weren't. So that's our semantics. But from this perspective, the question is the statement I'm trying to make is that, to me, they have probably been the most consistent team overall in this tournament.
The first game.
True.
But
a statement from the
again,
first.
tell us a little bit about that game, Greg.
Which one? Italy versus Spain?
Italy versus Spain.
My God. I wonder if my boss I watch the live. Because me no work for them the 2 hours in, or hour and a half. Entertaining football where you couldn't stop watch. You know? You can't take your eye off it because you don't know when Spain go do something. Because even though me pick Italy for win the game, nervous. Because you know
Spain
Spain can
can
take
win.
a chance at any given moment. I mean, unfortunately, they don't want to score them chances. Them, you know why? Probably they might try to make the games more competitive. But then again, to Italy's defense, I'm talking about it the other night when before they play Belgium, when me said Belgium defense old, and somebody said, but Italy defense old. Me say yeah, but Italy defense is not old, they mature. They
Exactly.
if them defense coming like a cheese, the all I get I better them say. Now I call no man white.
When I
Yes.
eat them a cheese, them cheese are terrible.
I cannot even. But yeah, that's the thing with it. It was for some parts of the game. It was like attack versus defense, but the defense was so outstanding where the game wasn't boring. It wasn't like
Yeah,
a partner box kind of thing Italy did because whenever they got their chances to go
yeah,
in,
they get at Spain.
yeah,
Well,
they showed a lot of threat in attack too. And Spain's defense isn't the best. Kind of like Arsenal, if you ask me.
well,
So
I watched that game, and well, I didn't watch all of it. I watched most of it. I watched probably the second part of the first half, and then I watched the finish. And I think Spain had like 69% of the ball. For the amount of time that Spain have the ball, almost apart from when Dani Almo had the ball. When Almo had the ball, I
Yeah.
always think that they're gonna do something with it. He seemed like he was on a mission.
he
Whenever he had the ball,
David Silva,
huh?
He kind of remind me of David Silva whenever he dribbles.
But him dribble faster than David Silva. So he actually seemed to be more
I told
direct.
you
But so from that perspective, I thought he was a standout player for Spain. From my perspective. Pedri in that game complete 67 of 69 passes. But the problem what I had with all of those passes that Pedri completed, they were the safest passes I've ever seen in my life. Only time I play pass that safe is when I'm playing with Zane.
No,
because
but
I don't want him to.
Because everybody I rate him and I say, yo, how good in the but all of them pass they are either back to Alba, back to Busquets. Yo, a 2 pass he make and a final third. And I when he make the pass to at the forward in the early part of the game when he miss control. That pass he make a first pass in the early part of the game when the forward miss control. The brother with them start over Morata.
Moreno.
Yeah, he miss control one the Pedri game. And then in the second half, he make another true pass to Morata. That's the only true forward pass Pedri make.
That's true, coach. And overall, that has been my problem with Spain team. They still have the tiki taka DNA in them, but they don't have the tiki taka quality players anymore. That basically when they do it, they basically take players out of the game, by making those angles and making those passes. So they're still trying to play the same way. They still can't control the ball because Spain can control the ball for 90 minutes without you touching it. Keep passing it around, but they just weren't incisive enough. Morata came on, he did score, but they still need better goal scoring. To me,
Because what? 65% I ball him off, right?
Morata got
65%.
to score it.
Yeah, so from that perspective, I think that Spain need to almost go back to the drawing board. In my view, they don't have a quite.
Strikers are the biggest problem. Their defense isn't the best, but I think they have quality defenders in the league. Who I just think that this coach, he pick a team
Hey,
after league, if you ask me to.
me say, me
As for
say,
him,
me say something the other day, right?
yes,
Me
well,
say something up on the blog the other day.
for him to bring any real players, you know, when Real finish what? Second in the league with a lot of
Rate him.
players being
Rate him. Get you these real players. I don't like them.
pivotal in the Real team. I mean, come on. You know, and then
Hey, the coach mess up the defensive line, Greg. Because as I'm saying, in the first 2 game, him start Par Torres with Laporte, right? He never start Aspilaqueta in the first game. Second game, Aspilaqueta, when my boy from City, Garcia and Laporte, right? The second game after that, he take Garcia out of the team and put back Par Torres in there. So you now get your defender them for gel, forget cause all right. And which game that when Par Torres go clear a ball and lick right pan Laporte and end up go to the forward. I think I Shaqiri.
I think I remember that game, yeah.
Right?
who's
I'm gonna say, yo, the simple fact that you can't just mix and match the defender them in every other game and feel like
Especially
you're
a central defense.
exact and get that same feeling around it. It not cause and I say yo, no that two of them not good. As I say yo, Garcia man water France City, you should have just play him with Laporte because the simple fact that them been a play at City together. Not saying Par Torres is not good enough, but a combination they are work at City. Just continue use it.
not only that, Par Torres and Laporte are being around there. There's two left footers.
All right, Greg. I'm gonna say that on the blog. I'm gonna say it on the blog. I'm gonna say, yo, you have 2 left footer around there. Then you have Laporte fouled in our team where he never play for. In first tournament.
But the other question is how good is Laporte Spanish? I know that he can speak Spanish. He's a bloody Frenchman. And you know, there was 2 things, and you're right, coach. That was exactly the same sentiment I had. One, the fact that Laporte and Garcia were forwarding from City. You remember when that Dutch team went have the 2 Tottenham centre back them they play?
That's
not Dutch, the Belgium team.
Yeah.
Because they play at club and at country together, you get better chemistry. The communication is way better. You know, and I thought that would have been the benefit that you would have because one, you know that they were gonna play Laporte. So I thought they would definitely play Garcia. One, the fact that they know that they would have played together. I don't know.
Right,
I'm only saying it about this in Spanish. There's nothing say his Spanish is gonna probably be good enough.
Yeah, true.
To foul a team just like that and not playing with these players before and basically gel right away. So if you go do want him to gel and want help with the communication, which is central defender normally have to be communicating, you need somebody else alongside him, and you then put somebody like Garcia constantly for them have that conversation ongoing, you know. So I think that is a big mistake from overall from the Spanish team.
But he's a coach that in full himself, which I mean a lot of Spanish coaches are like that.
And him have Laporte as the better defender.
Yeah,
we can already see that.
They're not change them with, you know. The midfield where Pedri is a good looking young baller. But you have a midfielder like Fabian Ruiz on your bench. I mean, Fabian Ruiz, if you watch him at Napoli, are somebody who can open up defense with him passing. You know, and not just the tiki-taka like the Barcelona players I'm used to. Him is a player who know how to drive with the ball, bring it forward, and split the defensive like this. But
Greg,
him only bring him on for you just feel like 10, 15 minutes.
But Greg, you have to realize that the coach definitely did not want that type of ball at all. he still wanted to ball control and play that tiki-taka right through. Even when time Spain seemed to be in trouble and they're away from ideas. One of the things that you'd have thought that the only reason to bring Adama Traore is to, when time one defense is slow, when time things not going away, you put him on and say, run straight. And at no point,
you bring on Roderick.
You have 5 changes now.
One
Yes,
them play.
Greg, I could agree not giving Traore a better run out in these games where they might have these struggles. When you were if you only had 3 changes. You had 5.
Yeah.
You tell me
had
so one
five.
of them gonna be a
5.
direct runner, somebody who's gonna do something different from the other players.
Yo, Blacks. Me personally see Traore a run at that Italian defense.
It would have been something to see.
And Chiellini have to find a way. Yo, them that have to find a way.
Probably show. Then the age will probably show up on them.
Greg, to me, it was a dereliction of duty from the coach not to give Traore 5 minutes to run at these players. If he give them 5 minutes to run at Benucci and Chiellini, I don't think there's any way at. Hey, we talk about old age. Cause remember 98, when Jamaica go Olympics, and we have Dian Burton out there, and Dian, I wanna play something, we are playing Argentina. And Dian Burton try about 3 times or 4 times to beat the left back. And the man just take the ball from Burton, because Burton have like a full play. Why not cut the ball back behind him foot and only little turn in so have. And the second half, when René Simons look across and finally they pull Black Pearl. And the first time Black Pearl catch him and he walk past him. The second time the man kicked down Black Pearl and got a yellow. 2 minutes later, he was on the bench. The Argentina coach took him off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. When you have some person who is direct, who run at these defenders, you could have all the skill. I said overall he's gonna outdo Chiellini and Bonucci because these guys are all some grizzled veterans.
Yeah, but
when they're tired at the end of the game like that, it would have been perfect, man. But they didn't do it.
Yeah. Then you have extra time. You have 30 minutes for run at these old.
Which I think you get an extra change. You get an extra change in an extra time, right? Just go for 6. Yep. And you still can't bring on Traore or Fabian Ruiz. None of them couldn't get a game.
Why not bring your baller? Why not bring your baller, Greg? Asensio.
You play for Real.
Fabian Ruiz and Traore sit at the bench. 2 players who could go more direct at the Italians.
Yep.
True.
And so he kind of said it's a principle thing. He just decided that he's not going that direction at all.
He bring on Thiago, he bring on Llorente, bring on Roderick, 3 midfielders who never.
And he bring on Gerard Moreno.
Well, he's a striker, so
he's a striker. Bringing on Thiago is gonna pass the same. The difference is Thiago actually tried some pass when he came on. They didn't come out, but he tried some forward pass.
Blacks. And them on internet about Thiago. I said Thiago forward for 15 minutes and make 5 bad pass more than Raj, more than Pedri. But Thiago 5 bad pass them actually a forward pass.
He tried 5 ambitious pass.
Yeah, he wasn't doing the safe pass. That's what
exactly.
Safe pass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you cannot knock that. You can't knock Thiago try go and I try get the winner. Yeah. You can't knock that. I'm a surprise. I'm still this coach. I'm still surprised. Him have Busquets in the team as a man who can slow down the game and pass the ball, right? But Busquets cannot attack nobody. That's how him pick up a yellow card. You understand me? I try to show you. So him can't attack nobody. Why you don't put a Thiago in that team? Round them young players there where I try to build with. Because I still see this.
I play Rodri there.
So
play even Rodri.
All right. So all right. But we have spent a lot of time on this team that lost and they're home. But there's a team who actually won it.
Yep.
So Italy.
Yeah.
That midfield.
Classic. Brilliant. Did I play brilliant football? Blacks.
You know, other than De Bruyne, well, and Magic for a few years. Verratti are the best thing me seen as I sing Xavi. So it's De Bruyne, Magic, and Verratti. Me go even put Verratti over Cruz.
All right.
That's how much.
It- And you know why you would have put Verratti over Cruz, Greg? Two things. Impress the ball better than Cruz them, and in tackle better than the two of them.
Yeah, Cruz is
That's my
Cruz is in passing. Cruz passing is impeccable.
yeah. That's why I'm gonna say a two things we could have put. We could have put over them.
Ball like Cruz right now. You know, Cruz passing is impeccable, and he can shoot the
Yeah.
ball. Verratti overall game, I think is way better. I mean, I was disappointed when he leave Juventus, PSG him go. I mean, I hope saying would at least go back to Juventus or forward the English league, but him decide to stay at PSG. Why I don't know. And in my time, I run up on him before, but who knows? Because
Yeah.
he can slow it down like Pearl probably and still get a few more years out of it. But that midfield, bro. I mean, Jorginho, let me zip it up. You know, because Jorginho in the English league, you know, we call him only because he can only do a pass the ball back or sideways.
Yeah, but Greg, all right. We can't say the same thing. We can't say the same thing for
Yeah,
Pogba and Kante.
my
We
control.
can't say the same thing for Pogba and Kante. Jorginho, Verratti make Jorginho look so good because him not have to do that high pressing tackle. Him not have to run from side to side. It make Jorginho job look even more easy. So the pass in the Jorginho have to do it easy.
Nicola Barella.
But Jorginho, Mr. Jorginho plays some true pass in this tournament. Like I can't recall him trying any of them at Chelsea.
True.
Like some true, Mr. Like
At Napoli, he used to have that.
and Napoli used to hear
I
well,
really
and Napoli
Jorginho,
again,
Greg.
but Napoli used to do a little short pass him. This time I see some true pass. Like I honestly see Jorginho when he made the pass. I didn't see the number. I didn't see who made the pass. And when the commentator said Jorginho, I said, what Jorginho? So I have to be looking at the number each time. So say, make sure that no, like this is a Brazilian Jorginho.
A Brazilian.
True, man. True.
No man.
Actually, surprised me to for real, Black.
It was at a different level. I tell you, he really played good in this tournament. That player got injured for Italy. What name? Spinazzola. How much of a miss you think he's gonna be in the final?
A big miss.
They will miss him, but in replacement is a very good right back too. Remember, I don't even think Spinazzola was supposed to be this right back, you know.
No, on the right back, Spinazzola play.
Oh,
left
back. Florence.
Emerson.
Emerson. Lorenzo.
Yeah, Emerson.
No, Emerson. Di Lorenzo play on the right side.
Yeah, Di Lorenzo on the right and Emerson on the left.
It's gonna be
yeah, because English them know Emerson like the back of their hand, brother.
Yep, and if you start whether it's our Sancho or Ford, he start over there.
They're gonna run at him.
Go have a field there with him.
They're gonna run at him.
Yep, whoever start over there go have a field.
Yeah.
But Insigne, and him not anymore, but him still around at people. He still have the goal, have the number to show it. But him impact on the tournament.
What? Look at Mitchie pick up the ball, man, and start running at people, man. I trouble, man.
What about the little young one from Juventus? Because him look like I'm the man for Italy.
Federico.
Yeah, what about him?
Chiesa.
Yeah, Chiesa.
Chiesa.
Yeah, man.
Chiesa.
Who make him daddy pro? You know?
Yo, Greg, what if me tell you, say, all right, you remember when you say, yo, make a team them for Euros, fantasy team. I may have a fantasy team start Italy, you know.
Oh, but in the palm bench, I'm continue bench man I play Locatelli.
So hold on, man. So that catch me because Me actually know about, me never really know about Locatelli. Me know about a killer of people at Juventus, so me I say, all right now, Italian them are gonna put a look young youth for come kill our people. First game, the man come off about 15 minutes. A problem. Me I say, yo, if him not start the next game, something wrong.
Come on, but
And just as I said it,
that's
You
why
know,
Juventus go down and get him, you know.
but
yeah,
and
man.
Juventus went and got him for nothing much either, because how much I pay for, like 30 million or something like that.
Juventus there, them bully the other Italian team. If you just
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
then just foul to yourself.
But
I use them dream for play for black and white.
but no, which is true. Which is true. That's a dream for especially younger youth like that.
Blacks, them have a bunch of young players where, I mean, any one of them can fall down on the field and do a job, you know, because, all right, look, Locatelli now start. And if they start Locatelli and a Barrel, come on, Barrel can come and do a job same way.
Yep.
Up top, if you start Chiesa, or if you start Bernardeschi, or if you start Berardi, you start Insigne, you know, the only spot where it's just one person name I really get anything from now is the number 9. And it's just Chiro Immobile because Bellotti fall off.
Yeah,
Big,
Bellanti, him on and off. Yeah, him on and off.
Bellotti fall off big
Sure.
time. And that,
But as you
Belati
can
found
see,
off on the
Greg,
bench anyway.
the
yeah,
coach not afraid to pull off Chiro. The coach don't afraid to bring off Chiro off 5 because he not play good.
you saw him.
He not play good.
He play good because the first goal in the Spain game, he made the run where he Bennett run.
Yeah.
Yeah, him a pass that a goal.
Mm.
Well, goal too, if you ask me.
True, man. Boy,
The thing I like about Chiesa and Insinger is that they both seem to go for the spectacular. You know, like
yeah,
they will pick it. They will see something and they will try it. You know, like there's a lot of people in this Euro who seem to be so careful. You know, but they seem to say, you know what, like we have nothing to lose. You know, go for it.
You know, something else where we talk about when we see them first game, because honestly, me never remember saying Mancini and them coach. And this after live, I make the pick them. And me see Mancini and them coach. Me I say, yo, this brother is not the typical Italian coach. Because his days playing for last year, he was a number 10. And me tell us him did skill. I want this. Him and Baggio them time there. I thought the skilliest thing in a Syria, you know, as Italians. So when Mr. See him a coach the team, I say, okay, this thing go play way back attacking football. I mean, when them come out,
that's true.
And them team that will possess the ball a lot. Of course, they go for the whole by defending. But this final, which me know we're on to the final yet. Come down to coaching.
Yes, you're right. Well, before you get to the coaching, what if we come down to goalkeeping? Because the Italian goalkeeper seemed to be in the form of his life.
Top
Listen
farm.
me, that a young man like this, he has never more than one goal has never scored against him when he's playing for Italy. Just imagine that. He has been playing for Italy now since he was 17.
Well, young to young.
He has not given up more than one goal ever playing for Italy.
And them 32 game unbeaten.
Exactly. There are also this man just went on a free transfer to PSG. They should outrule stuff like that. That should be against the law.
I don't know if you can allow that to happen.
My God.
Greg, but all Navas bad luck it's up.
Everywhere go on one keeper,
everywhere.
Everywhere the man go.
So if this thing come down to anything at all where the goalkeepers are the deciding factor, I think Italy has a lot of confidence in their goalkeeper. And I would have a lot of confidence in Italian goalkeeper.
The last was it? Who did pick first for family?
Me let him reach a shootout. I say if it comes down to goalkeeper, I mean making saves, kicking the ball, because although he's not great at kicking, because a couple times Mrs. Spain kind of basically took away his options from defense. That easy pass. I normally
Yeah,
go.
him not
And
comfortable with the
him not
ball.
that comfortable, but get on tell me, he's more comfortable on the guy who is gonna be playing against. So, from that perspective, I don't think it's a bad thing. But overall, Italy still low. I said they have been consistent. They started off the tournament good, and they haven't dropped off. Spain outplayed them in terms of ball possession, but from my perspective, they allowed Spain to have the ball because one of the things, Spain seem a bit blunted in the attack. They have the ball and they're not gonna reach long. But every time they reach in the final third, Bonici and Archilini was there to snuff out those plays.
Yeah, because the man them understands the Spain want pass this ball from side to side.
Side to side, and then just allow them to do it. They allow them to do it. So it was again, sometimes you talk about masterclass. It was another one. Although Spain did get chance to score, and if they had better forwards, they probably would have scored more goals. But overall, I think it was a good one, and the balance of play overall from the tournament, and sometimes I like to look at it, not just one game. And the balance of play, when we look at Spain and look at Italy in this tournament, I think Italy is a team who deserve to be in the final.
True.
Yeah? If you look at it from that perspective.
I said from earlier, like probably about 2 games Ghana each group. Because what I remember one me attack, and them I say Spain, I say yeah, but they're not on defense. And I say, but nobody in the tournament have on defense so far. I say that means watch Italy. And even Germany defense, they quite impressed with. Matter of fact, I not even remember when I said that. Say England never conceded a goal.
Never conceded a goal until yes.
It was until today they actually conceded a goal.
Today they conceded a goal.
We overlooked that somewhat, which you have to give Southgate some credit for that. Even though we bash him some.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Southgate stick with the chemistry where him been a use.
Yeah, so we can go straight into the England game. Go straight into the England game.
Yeah, England game. I mean, Denmark as well, no surprise free this series. But the way they played, especially to the game too, warrant them making it to the semis. And if they had won that game and made it to the finals today, you couldn't say they not deserve it. Because Kusha said the stars aligned and the gods were with them. All of that. But on the field, they played football. It was nothing to do with luck.
They played football.
No luck whatsoever. They played football. That you from where you come from? Gladbach? I think I'm much on Gladbach. The one that scored the free kick today. By the way, the first free kick scored at the Euros.
It was the first one?
Classic. One.
But it was a beauty though, Greg?
But
the man lift it over the wall and down. Not just that he do it, but he did it with power.
Yeah, man. And him now run flats. And him now run from far. He just walk up and...
Nah, man. It was an excellent free kick, man.
Is a youth with full of confidence in him because the things that when him trying at the game were right through it. Him and Dolberg and the Barcelona great.
But Greg, the only reason that youth is playing is because Ericsson got injured.
Oh, what's the name again?
The one who scored the free kick.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember him.
That's the only reason he's playing.
Yeah, Ericsson get hurt.
Yeah, that's the only reason. He wasn't expected to be playing like that.
I can't tell me say no ball gods at our
Damsgaard.
Something like
Damsgaard.
That. He wasn't a starter in the first game?
I don't think so.
Because him do pretty decent in a Bundesliga.
Well, overall, everybody had the same complaint. They have been having the same complaint now for about 5 years with Mr. Southgate or Northgate or Westgate or wherever I'm come from. whichever gate he decided to walk through. And since he walked through, Shane always say pragmatism is what win tournaments, you know, and he seemed to be a very reserved player. He has a lot of offensive weapons, but somehow, to our liking and to the fans' liking, he has not deployed those offensive weapons sufficiently. Again today, he went with Saka, Sterling, Mount. He brought in Grealish at what 65 or 70 minutes, somewhere about there. That was his first change.
Yeah.
He made only one change in the 90. In the 90 minutes, he made only one change.
Bring on Ford.
No, when didn't Foden come in extra time?
Yeah, in the 90
Foden
minutes.
come in the 90 minutes. Before he got to extra time, he made one change. My issue is, and you know, I remember we had a conversation, but again,
Man, coward blacks, man.
having all that offensive weapon, all these players who are great offensively, how are you gonna tell me that you can't score a goal or you haven't scored a goal, but yet you don't pull one of these players? You have Sancho sitting on the bench so long. You have Foden sitting on the bench so long. You have Rashford on the bench. You have 5 changes. And if you make 5 and it don't work, in extra time you have 1 more to make 6. How are you going to explain to me that you have all of these offensive weapons and you still don't deploy any of them? Yeah, I'm not saying Hurricane was playing bad. I'm not saying Sterling was playing. I'm not saying anything nobody was playing bad. But the fact of the matter is, you only had 1 goal.
System. You have to change something.
You had only
something
1 goal.
Work here.
Exactly.
70 minutes and you see same 11 players them are play and the same system. You have to try to tweak something in the system. But everybody predict the Saka change. Everybody and their mother predict the Saka change. So him that go bring off Saka and bring on
so even though when Saka on the field, him attacker and the defenders them still.
Yeah, I say even if Saka would have scored,
he probably would have taken
was the change. Because him already make up his mind say, yo, him now pull Rice, him now pull Phillips. And you know
that Mount was gonna be the next change. Because even though I think that was the right change, you always know it was gonna be Mount also.
Yeah, always gonna be Mount. You know him set 2 changes and then you will figure out in 3rd change by OM team play.
By OM. If them go up, then Jordan Henderson gonna come in to the game.
Yeah.
Because they can go try to secure the win. But I asked that question today. Do we think that he's gonna start Jordan Henderson in this final?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, he might go with the exact same team.
No, he can't bench unless he go with 3 tacklers in the midfield.
But again, this is Gareth Southgate. He has played with 7 defenders before, so it's not too much to ask him to play with 8. So I don't understand why I say unless he's gonna. He has played 7 defenders, so he will go with 8. You know him.
Yeah, it's always Southgate.
I'm playing Mount as the right winger instead of Saka.
My gosh, man! Now, he must have 3 right back, you know. So he go play all 3 of them. He will.
Him I go put the same team out, but if him not put the same team out, him I go take Saka out of the team and put in Grealish just because the simple fact the media.
He not start Grealish.
Push, I don't believe he go start Grealish.
Take out Saka, it's either Sancho or Foden, and I feel more like it will be Sancho.
But, you know, personally, I believe he like the aspect of Grealish being an impact sub.
Yes.
You know, at this point, I think that's what he likes. He wants him to be an impact sub.
Grealish come out and say Southgate is a great man manager. I don't know if he must say that to get more game time.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if a facts. But he come out to his defense and say so.
Well, but you know, Greg, but I would agree with him. Listen to me. There was time when Rashford was going through rough patches. He stick with him, he play with him, and he played good for England. Sterling going through different patches. There was a time when it was Dele Alli. It was a time when it was Pickford. There was, you know, different players have gone through different.
Remember, we surprised Liverpool the team. Because
Lingard, yeah.
they start play good, and Lingard are one of my favorite players. If they bring Lingard, I don't think anybody will be upset because we expect it.
That's
Exactly.
true. But
So
Lingard played that game before and picked the team.
No, they picked the team already and use Lingard to play one friendly, which me not see how that makes sense. I think because
no man, it was
just play Champions League final.
yeah Champions League. I'd made to make him have to make some decisions based on the City and the Chelsea players. You know, so he played a lot of the players who were in the provisional list were used in that last game.
Okay.
Why Calvert-Lewin not on the bench again? Did something happen?
Again, it's Hurricane.
No, but
Number
he's
one,
on the bench.
there is no time at all where any coach wanted Hurricane off the field. I don't know why. Even if he's dying, they will never take him off the field.
What if he gets
I don't know why. It just seemed to be because when he's at Tottenham with Poch never take him off anyway. Sometimes you can say they could have been up 5. They still don't take him off the field. England the same thing. Mourinho, when Mourinho got him, it was the same thing. They never take him off the field. So his backup is always gonna have a problem. You know, his backup always gonna have a problem.
Rashford can strike still, but if Kane get injured, you know,
I would go like for like if not at all with Kane and with Calvert-Lewin. But again, I don't think. But does Southgate trust him? Southgate would trust Rashford. In trust Sterling.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if he trusts Calvert-Lewin.
Him play now. They play the first 2 games, I think. Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, he came on for like what 5 minutes.
Yeah, still get some playing time.
Yeah.
Like how much games Reece James? Reece James started that game, I think.
Yeah, he started. I think he started one.
Yeah, the game when he was 3 right back.
Yeah,
Reece James playing another game when he was 3 player at left back. Reece James playing another game. But again, me go say this. I want England to win mainly because of Sterling and Saka. But if you ask me, if it comes down to coaching and tactics, I feel like Mancini having head screwed down better than Southgate. But England have so much talent. No, we can't over Italians' talent because Italians are a talented bunch.
so
Yo, the game just gonna be one hell of a game, bro.
but
Dogfight.
how I look at it is how the coach. I think it's all gonna be on coaching, and it's how they decide to set up and how them decide and how the players them execute what is asked of them. We believe, and my belief is that Southgate is gonna be very conservative with this lineup. So I'm expecting to see that 3-5-2. That's what I'm expecting to see.
No, I'm gonna think he's gonna play the 3-5-2.
Again, every time he goes up against a good team, that's what he revert to. Or even if he no go 3-5-2, you go have 7 defender anyway on the field. That's what I still see go happen.
Is either that or Henderson has that?
No, it's gonna honestly that's what I see him doing because he's gonna want to try play to stop Italy from playing instead of try go out and express themselves. You know,
Blacks, I feel like if England do go out and express themselves, them can back up this England team.
This
That's my
Italian
point.
team.
Yeah, this Italian team, I feel like them can go out and back them up.
You notice today after Denmark score and them have to come England have to come out of them shell how for the rest of the half how them take the game to Denmark.
Yeah.
I love if Italy score first. If Italy score first, we have a better game.
You are right, and that's
You know
the
what?
only thing that will make us have a good game in that game. Because if not,
Italy score first,
if England score first, we will see what the name Burnley for the rest of the game. You know, it will be Burnley. And that's how we're gonna be watching for the rest of the game.
Italy score first. They must send for Baresi, Maldini, Nesta, Cannavaro to come stand up in their defense. Italy go defend for the rest of the
But again, all of that now is gonna be dependent who would Southgate go for, because I know that Italy has a good defense, but Sancho can break down defense. Grealish can break down defense, and the speed was Sterling gonna be running at these boys with I don't know how this slow Italian defense go be able to keep up with that. If people are passing the balls through to Sterling, because it also requires that too. It requires
Yeah.
somebody to be dropping,
Hey,
namely
plus,
Kane, and sending him through.
if England had a break, you know, or if me there was England on the video game, me start Rashford at 9, Sterling left, Sancho right, and Grealish at the 10. And continue use the two tackler them then. Since you're gonna have Grealish at the 10 and the three quicks I play up front.
And where you put Kane in that goal.
You hear what me say me they play? Me say if England had a coach that's brave, Rashford have
Yeah.
Rashford have start the game as the 9. But that now gonna happen.
Well, personally, I not believe that to
That
be brave.
will
I think that
never
to be foolish. Me feel that to be foolish.
Why?
Listen, my man. Still, at the end of the day, me want a 9 who is a clinical person. And Rashford is not that clinical to be my 9, especially in a big tournament like that. You know,
That's
you know,
true.
saying that he has speed, he has whatever, but he's not that clinical to be my 9. You know,
Not clinical.
I wouldn't put him on my 9, regardless of what. You know,
Half of you Kane.
you know, yeah, man, you have to use Kane. You know, and so
If you see,
personally,
I would like to see Rashford get a run at these defenders. If you, because I mean, what can go do? Try to fight with them. Italian defenders them love that.
I say bring on Rashford when they're tired. You have Rashford, Grealish, and Sancho for bring on.
They're not get tired, but when
you have more Africa, you can bring on 5 players. Again, I keep saying, I don't understand. Like I saw, didn't get the memo that you actually have 5 changes.
question,
Yeah, but that mean him have to go pull off a defender blocks, you know, and do that.
question: who do you see winning this midfield battle? Between Calvin Phillips, we know he goes start Mount. Calvin Phillips, Rice and Mount versus Giorgino, Barella, and Verratti.
I see the Italian midfield go winning that battle. Because this is one midfield where, all right, that midfield with the 2 defensive mid from England, they are more of a battling midfield. They're more, combative type of player. They are not silky passers of the ball. They are not, they're not that type of player. Technical.
Black. But to my honest opinion, I think Phillips have a better tournament than Verratti. To my honest opinion.
I don't say no.
I mean,
well, Phillips had a good first game. Phillips had a good first game. And I think the last game too, he wasn't bad. But I don't think he was that good in the rest of the games, them like that. You know, again, part of it is what they seem to ask him to do. If he played the way that he tried to play in the first game, where he actually was a bit more progressive.
Yeah, play the way that Leeds have him a play.
Yeah, a bit more progressive, looking for the pass. When time he get the ball, look for the forward pass. When time Leeds, when he's
have a more defensive mind.
Yeah, so if he plays like that, I think that they will have a better thing. But personally, I think the Italian mid is playing better overall as a group, and I expect more out of them, and I think they will win that part of the battle.
Front three.
Front three. I can't tell which front three play. Sterling is up there for player of the tournament, but Keza is also up there for player of the tournament right now too. If I look at that, and if I drop back in the midfield, Giorgino is probably in some people's mind up there for player of the tournament. If you want to think about that from a midfield, but for up forward, so you can say that's 2 players there. So which are up there. When the number 10
make one list that Giorgino get Ballon d'Or. I know how Wayne get that from.
No, that is junk people. That is TV baller who try to get people on the internet to say stuff like that.
You was still viewing, he would probably agree and say the same thing.
Huh?
The soldier was still viewing the live, he would probably agree and say Giorgino for player.
No, he would, but say Chelsea.
Giorgino for Ballon d'Or.
Chelsea supporters are not rational.
Remember the soldier says some soldier, him and his soldier friend then cook all instead of chicken,
Yeah, man.
So,
they are not very smart people. They are Chelsea supporters. But so if I'm to look at the front three, this one is tough. I think this is a battle.
Insignia, Sterling. I guess Sterling.
I give Sterling probably a prayer.
Even though Insignia is a more silky player, but we see where Sterling more effective.
Yes. So
I give Sterling edge over him because Sterling direct.
And Kane does get the edge too. So 2 out of 3.
But Kane's are over whoever you put on the right.
Yeah, man. No matter who you put over there. Yeah.
He's a better finisher. That's why Kane's would be.
Yo, the man is a top class finisher, Greg dog. Yo, the man does
2 out of 3.
Italy midfield. Back 4 and goalkeeper.
Well, goalkeeper I'm go 1 winner because
Italy.
Yeah, Italy take that easy.
Left back Shaw win that.
Because who? Because somebody
yes, Spinazzola out.
Yeah. Blacks, even if that would have tough still.
Well, 2 of them have a good tournament.
I know, but if Spinazzola there, I'm going with Spinazzola. He was having a Euro, believe me. If he was there still, no, I don't say no. Me not say no. But Greg,
Roberto Carlos Shaw.
No.
But right now the left back is that. Right now the left back is that. Right back.
Yeah. Walker and Romanoli. Di Lorenzo, yeah.
I see Walker today. I see couple time today. And this is what the difference and what Walker bring to the team sometimes. I see a few times today when England push up high and Italy and Denmark break on them. And Walker just run them down and take the ball away from them. Like today, not the word running.
And then secret weapon that Blacks are the secret weapon that.
Walker
is secret weapon.
Yeah, man. Like
Harry Maguire can dribble off the ball, right?
Really well.
You see, anytime Harry Maguire want to dribble through that midfield to make that pass, I think Walker give him that license for go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Because that speed there, yo.
That recover speed.
The man a clock some speed in that tournament, yeah, man.
And while Walker does push forward, he doesn't stay up there the way like normal when Trent go up there when he played there, he go up. He's just basically he's a winger. When Trent go forward, he become a winger.
Even Shaw, you see the same thing. When Shaw up there,
and when Shaw go forward, he become a winger. Yeah, they overlap. They overlap over the planet their wing. Walker seemed to be able to find the right position where he's still just covering defensively.
Walker played just like the Italian right back, because the Italian right back do the same thing. Him don't go as forward that much because him become the tree now. Where Bonucci, him, and Chiellini. Because Spinazzola just used to run up the sideline. Run up the sideline. So they used to play. So the team them play the same way.
We give England the 2 fullback.
So we give England 2 fullback them. Listen me, the 2 Italian center back them, they are slow. They're slow, but my gosh, honestly, I would give the 2 of them. Listen, man. They look like some 2 old grizzled pig. What does cannot die? They cannot die. They cannot die. Like that.
You hear Chiellini say, yo, he know Bonucci better than he know his wife.
I'm not telling man. And you see that on the field. You see that when they play. So while I think that the other 2, they are more athletic, them do a little bit more with the ball, and stuff like that. Defending the art of defending, which what they're out there to do.
The 2 Italians.
I cannot give anybody about the 2 Italians. So Italian out of the back 5. Italy have 3 out of 2 out of 5.
Blacks. In a Belgium game, right? think they swinging a ball and the brother go for a kick it. And when Kelly the bucky ball off 5 foot, the brother look for them and say, right?
You see, man,
You
them,
have the chance to put the ball in.
man, them block a shot. I really man, them celebrate. You think
Yes, man.
they score. That's how much pride the man them taking and defending.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
man.
And if a survey, if it come in at the same way,
And that me just not gonna say
program the same way like them, you know. So for them center back them. So
But
and
one more thing too. What they're old and they also have an extra day rest,
that play
which
a
I
good
think will be
big
helpful.
part.
which when I get to feel age you need that, eh?
Oh no, definitely. That's why I have to talk about it. It's like pushing a young boy that can't get up and go play ball every day. But you know, when time I play ball one time a month, and next month before me can play again. Yeah, so
I've got kind of complaints.
yeah. So if you look on that, so when it comes to coach, who do you give the edge?
Mancini. Instead of from
Yeah.
I will stick with it. Mancini.
We have a only Southgate, so it can't work.
Tactically as Stone. But even though Southgate, I don't know, he knows what to do to get the job done.
So all right, me have a next question.
I probably
You have a better bench.
Huh?
A better bench?
Well,
England.
It's England because all them best players on the bench. So it's England. England better bench. All them most talented players on the bench.
Look, I tell you, I'm burning this care for the bench, you know.
I don't care who. They could listen. They could have bring Maldini and Del Piero. I don't care who. England have a better bench.
That's true, man.
Look, I tell you, yeah, that's true. Rashford, Foden, Sancho.
Yeah.
Grealish.
They have the little boy, Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Calvert-Lewin.
Play of the year, Henderson. Hey man, no stop talk joke here, man. Hey.
Hey, where you chewing that one there? Where you chewing that one? I'm gonna play out the ear, Henderson. Hey, Blacks. Hey, Blacks, when the man bucky in the goal and score the man. The dog, the man try to celebrate Henderson.
Come on.
Oh, that's my moment. This
Finally.
my moment.
Finally. I want Ricky to talk about the man all the way, man. That's why man scored to shut up Ricky, you know?
Yeah, but say Ricky call out that one, the man. Ricky said, Ricky said, Henderson can finally fall out and score.
Yeah.
Yes, what you know? All him, me don't want him saying nothing about the final, you know. Ricky need to leave all predictions alone.
But all that, all Reece James. Remember say they are Reece James on them bench. Hey man. Connor Cody nothing get a kick.
Yeah. And then bring Ben White. They will bring Ben White too.
Yeah, they will bring Ben White. He was a replacement. He doesn't even make nice in a match in his squad.
The next goalkeeper will get
the next one?
Henderson.
I don't even know who's the next goalkeeper because I asked.
Yeah, it's Henderson and John.
No man, it's John Stone and Ramsdale. I don't Henderson.
Yeah, so see there.
Oh, so none of them play?
None of them play.
Oh, they play. Your man, you know, play goalkeeper. Goalkeeper sit down on bench until somebody get injured. I need penalty shootout.
So predictions.
So I will go first. Personally, and my heart is saying I want England to win this thing.
Him double sub Jack Grealish.
Yes, the man sub on Grealish. You know watch the game today. He subbed on Grealish at 65 minutes. And when them score, the man sub out Grealish and put in Trippier.
Yeah, that man just there. Blacks, really? I never watch a game. I just watch it.
And put Walker right centre back.
And put Walker right centre back. Which is what me keep thinking that's what he's gonna be doing for this game coming up.
That's tell me.
I have to give him credit for he has multiple formations.
No, him have the Moreno syndrome. That's why you have to give him credit for. If I want to score, he go with the party boss.
depend on the team, but I think
I Grealish really far out and said this coach is a good coach. I get double sub. Something I go on Grealish.
good man management.
Something I go on Grealish.
I look plenty time. All right, Max, back to the prediction. So you say you want England win, but Italy go win 2-1.
No. Honestly, what I'm looking for, and because I think this will make a big difference. What type of lineup does Southgate decide to go there with? If he can go with this ultra defensive lineup, I don't believe that they're gonna beat Italy. I believe that they have to attack Italy to beat them.
My prediction: Italy, England 2-2, extra time, England final goal. So again, not going to penalty.
But coach, I think that's a good prediction. But to me, it's all dependent on what is England doing with their lineup. If they go for the game, I believe that can happen, and they will win the game. If England go there and try to play the defensive game, I just don't see them beating Italy, because that cagey game won't beat Italy. That is gonna be playing into Italy hand.
Yeah, that cold game where you go.
I don't believe it's gonna beat them.
And you know want attack, and you know want that not gonna work with Italy. Italy are come to cut through.
This is what's Mancini is gonna coach, and England players are gonna do a job, because this squad good enough. That I mean, for years, for the past 5 years, we talk about the French squad, but we did also talk about the France squad, and I said by World Cup 2026, I mean the England squad. Remember we said it about 3 years ago. So by World Cup 2026, we expect England to win with the bunch when they did have come through, the young players. Them. I mean,
they had it.
Like them but with the still I would say Sterling goes still be amongst the bunch. But with the Sanchos and Fodens and Mason Mount and Grealish and Madison, you know, the whole bunch of attacking players and what they have.
Yeah.
We did say, England about 2026. But we see right now where them ready. Them say I feed them time now. And I think Southgate can mess it up. No matter how him not gonna mess it up, because individual brilliance gonna stand out on the day.
I honestly believe that the reason if England don't win this game is gonna be because of the coach.
Yeah, true.
You know, because if he deploy the team out there, if he allow this team to go at Italy defense, because as much as me say Italy has, I remember the first game I saw Italy play, while Italy was playing great going forward, all I was looking at saying that you can get at this defense. You actually can get at this defense. They are good, you know. You can see them experience, but they can be got because they are susceptible to speed. You know, because they just don't have the speed like that. Saying all of that, England will find a way to win this game 2-1. So that's my prediction. 2-1 England.
Aye. What coach said 2-2 and we go. You get extra time.
2-2 extra time, 3-2 England.
Yes. You can't win England for win or lose though. And for some reason I just feel like Italy go up, man. By the way, when last
Italy win this?
Yeah, I don't think Italy have won this.
I don't remember.
It's a few decades since Italy win Euros.
Actually, we're talking about it today.
Yeah, it's been a while since Italy has won the Euros, you know. So them have a lot playing for too. And the rest England and Rome. Italy have a lot of playing for.
Alright. So
Italy 2 England 1.
Italy 2 England 1. Again,
I not pick with my heart, I pick with my brain there, so. If I'm a heart I pick, I say England 3-1.
But your brain tell us a 2-1.
Which me not as my brain sensible.
Well, the good thing about it, I think one we are gonna have a very intriguing game.
When is the final? Sunday?
Sunday, I think at 2 o'clock Sunday or something like that.
He returned France.
Either 2 or 3 o'clock. So how Greg disappear on us? But
Okay, yeah.
how am to you?
Let's watch it, you know. I'm going to try to come and keep me off. Oh, you're ready for wrap up, you know.
Yeah, man.
So,
So
prediction.
favorite sports, what the official prediction from the
Yeah, official.
what's the official
I know some guest prediction like oh. Brian.
Italy 2-1.
Change number.
I must block at Italy and tell her that.
That's your mind, dude. Chris, you
I want
mute.
my hope still.
Really? Why you know England?
I don't want England win.
Why?
Because we just don't want them win.
Soccer the Arsenal.
That's what me say, yo. Somebody said something about field the other night, right? The man them say, yo. The
to me,
reason why
it
they
don't
don't
really
want
matter,
England
you
win.
uh-huh.
It don't
Them say the
really
reason why
matter.
they don't want England win. The simple fact that England are old themselves as a country. I already feel like I them make football. Them feel like them are the biggest thing.
But
football
Brazil,
is going home.
Brazil
Listen,
yes, so
you know, so me a Liverpool supporter. Liverpool support the Southers. We don't support England. But football is going home. Sterling is gonna do it.
Yeah, that might big reason. Sterling, Rashford, Sancho, and the all like young players them. Saka. And
Yeah,
me, I
man.
just the young players them fun. I just want the young players them do it, brother. I just some see. You see me?
I don't want Raheem with him real.
Which is right.
It's
Yeah.
whatever.
but football is going wrong.
Football is going wrome.
Well, lad, what
Football is going home, brother.
Football is going wrong.
Football is going home, brother. Football
Hey.
is going home.
I bet the Casper Michael wants to wait said the other night.
Rude.
But boy rude. But
If
football never did no.
Sterling is a very good diver. I wonder if we see him all.
Who that?
Sterling. I wonder if we
Yeah,
see.
never next thing to talk about the blacks.
Hey, we're ready for close.
In the England match was enough controversy going on that match.
Yes.
Because them say
Was it a
one ball
penalty?
it on the field. Them say
Was it
one
a
ball
penalty?
No, listen to me now. Them say one ball it on the field before the penalty when Sterling
Uh-huh.
get the kick. One second ball it on the corner flag
Uh-huh.
on the field. Them say when Casper Michael get ready for save the penalty, somebody a shine a laser in my eye. All of this. No, a serious thing. I swear to you, a serious thing. We just see on Instagram.
I did see that, but I don't know how true all of it is. Because I don't remember seeing no ball. You know,
No, man. Yeah, man. A ball left on the field, blacks.
No.
Go back and watch the highlight.
No. You're watching, you see it on video because I see pictures of it.
Everything.
I've
The
seen
ball
pictures
left on
of
the
the ball
field.
on the field, but I never seen no video of it.
Blacks. Go click on the highlight where I think the ESPN analyst them I talk about it. When they must show you when Sterling, they must say your Sterling never get touched. It's when Sterling dribble coming out the box and you look over there, is a ball that sit down right on the field,
Right there.
brother.
All right. Well,
No, Greg, a second ball up on the field, the game for stop.
Greg,
Stop.
question.
Yeah.
Was it a penalty? Answer the question. Buju, was it a penalty today?
No, I said no.
I mean,
That's up in there was.
Buju, you think it was a penalty?
The referee give it what it was.
Yeah,
no,
a penalty,
honestly.
a penalty, brother.
Yo, Black, Mr. Worse than that game, sir.
I think that was even the softest penalty in history. It was so soft.
No, man, you get soft penalties.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
We're not
Man,
talking
you did get some soft
When,
ones sometimes.
when Bruno kick himself and get penalty.
Yeah, when Bruno kick you. No, that's a Steve. Let's not get into that conversation. We're talking about Euros.
Rub up your life. Coach, rub up your
That's
life.
true. That's true, coach. Rub up your life.
Rub up your life.
All right.
Anyway,
don't
gentlemen, big up and respect in
Last
your
part,
soul.
man.
Yeah, man. Blacks, big up yourself and rolling. Sports Wiz, you don't know.
Yeah, I heard, me Jenna.
That's the show, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You don't know, it's your boy Abu just representing the Free Sports TV. And yeah, be safe out
Yeah.
there. And with God bless outside.
Outside.